It's nice to have you along. First tonight, President Biden and his team are already backing down from a confrontation with Vladimir Putin. Not a nuclear one, although we still don't know how close we are actually to Armageddon, but a face-to-face confrontation. The two men met in Geneva June of last year. They've not seen each other since. But they will both, plus Xi of China, be at the G-20 summit in Indonesia next month. We'll be there as well to cover it. From Politico, White House taking every step possible to avoid direct Biden-Putin encounter at G20. U.S. officials also are taking precautions to avoid even a hallway run-in or a photo meeting between the two leaders. The question is why? Since when does an American president back down from anybody? Is it the Secretary of State doesn't think his boss is up to it? Is it the White House Chief of Staff Ron Klain thinks Mr. Biden just can't pull off staring down Putin? The former ambassador to Ukraine says President Biden doesn't want to meet face-to-face with President Putin because Putin is a killer, a war criminal. But the White House is working behind the scenes to schedule a meeting with Xi. He's carrying out genocide against Muslims in northwest China and likely planning an invasion of Taiwan. The skepticism from administration officials, though, might be well placed. The Saudi fist bump didn't get us much. Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia just cut oil production before the midterms, betraying Mr. Biden's wishes. Putin, of course, invaded Ukraine despite stern warnings from Mr. Biden in Geneva. Take the juxtaposition to Trump at the G20, who literally shoved foreign leaders out of the way. Trump wanted to be in front for what's called the family photo, where everybody comes out and smiles. The White House actually doesn't control the family photo, so it's likely we will get Putin and Biden together, at least in some photo, unless Biden skips it. So consider this. What if Mr. Biden said it's either me or Putin? Or he led a walkout of world leaders from the family photo to show Putin that he is truly alone? Think about the message that would send, not only to Putin, but to our enemies around the world. The Ayatollah of Iran and their president, of course, don't get an invite to the G20, but a walkout on Putin would certainly send a message to them. Satellite pictures show an Iranian 747 delivering drones and long-range missiles to Russia. The New York Times reports members of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard now train Russian drone operators near the front lines. Russia and Iran continue to feed off each other. A friendship during the war in Syria is now a full-fledged alliance. And remember, President Biden says the war in Ukraine is the threat of our lifetime. We could be, in his words, not ours, near Armageddon. Yet protests against the regime rage on in Iran. They want an end to the Stone Age-esque religious laws and the morality police that arrest women at will. The Biden administration could be helping the protesters, thus destabilizing the Iranian regime, thus making it harder for them to help Putin in Ukraine. But so far, nada. Israeli diplomat Abba Eban remarked after the 1973 Yom Kippur War that the Arabs never miss an opportunity to miss an opportunity. Sadly, that might now prove true for us. That's On Point tonight. Thanks for watching. Go to NewsNationNow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.